everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Sydney. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 uncommon side hustles to help you to make some extra money. I wanted to make this video because I feel like it is extremely important to have a side hustle or to have multiple streams of income. Even if you have, a steady 9-to-5 job, you are limited by that job in terms of your salary or an hourly rate, and you will never make any more money than what you're making at that job, just because of somebody not being willing to pay you more. So I wanted to make this list of some uncommon side hustles that you can do to make some extra money and add to supplement your income, whether you have a 9-to-5 job or whether you work from home. First uncommon side hustle, this is actually how I got started in online selling and got to where I am right now, but create something that you can sell. And this is going to differ based on what your skills are. Maybe you can paint, maybe you're good at painting, maybe you are good at making jewelry, maybe you're good at knitting. Find something creative that you can do, that you enjoy doing, but that also creates a product that you can sell to people. I started making jewelry back when I was in college, just as kind of a pastime, and I ended up selling thousands and thousands of dollars worth of my jewelry, both online and locally at craft shows and things like that. Find a hobby that will make you money. I cannot stress that enough. If you enjoy it, it will not feel like work, and you can make these things in your spare time and list them online or sell them locally to have some extra cash. And that is unlimited, because you can create an unlimited amount of items if you can find something that you can make that people want to buy. So tap into your creative energy and figure out something that you are good at creating that you can sell. Second uncommon side hustle that you can use to make money, you can work part-time for a delivery service like Instacart. Instacart is someone who goes and shops for someone's groceries and then they deliver them to their house. You also have things like DoorDash, where they basically go to restaurants and pick up food orders and deliver it to people's houses. You have Uber Eats, and it's a great way to make extra money because you can do it kind of when you have time, like creating your own schedule almost. Look into these things and figure out something that you would enjoy doing and figure out which days you would be able to do it. Obviously, you're probably going to make more money on the weekends doing these, just because there's probably more orders to deliver on the weekends. I used to work at a restaurant where we offered one of these services, and they would get orders all night. So it is definitely a legit side hustle where you can make extra money and you would be making tips. So, there's potentially unlimited income there, depending on how much time you would have to dedicate to doing something like that. Next uncommon side hustle is to sign up for Amazon merch. Amazon merch is a print-on-demand t-shirt service that Amazon has, where you can submit designs and they are listed on Amazon, and then you can either sell them through organic traffic via Amazon, or you can, if you have like a social media audience, you can also sell them there. It's going to be helpful if you have some graphic design experience, but you don't necessarily need that. You can use something like Canva to design a shirt and then submit it to Amazon. You do have to be careful and make sure that you're not submitting anything copyrighted or anything like that. But I am actually signed up for Amazon merch, and it is so easy to just design something on a design software, just a basic design, and submit it through Amazon. I did apply a long time ago, so I'm not sure what the wait is on their applications right now, but all you have to do is go on their website and submit an application to get approved for them. So it is definitely a way to make easy money if you have some creative ideas for t-shirts. Number 4 uncommon side hustle is to open an Etsy store and sell vintage items and vintage clothing. You can always go to the thrift store and find vintage items, vintage clothing, vintage decor, and you can kind of do this at your own pace. So you don't really have to spend a lot of money to do this. Just go to the thrift store and look around for things that catch your eye that you could potentially sell on Etsy. Etsy is for handmade items, craft supplies, and vintage items. So, you know, those are kind of the limitations on what you can sell on Etsy. But I actually started selling on Etsy, and it is a great platform to sell on. Obviously, it's not going to have as much traffic as somewhere like eBay. But what I've found about Etsy is that people are willing to pay more for things, and people have a lot more appreciation for vintage items on Etsy. So you can potentially make more money listing your vintage items on Etsy than you would on eBay. You can also use Etsy to list any, you know, craft supplies that you may have, or going back to our first point, if you are creating something to sell, you could list those on Etsy as well. They do charge a small fee to list on Etsy, but it's not very much, and it would be completely worth it if you wanted to kind of dedicate some time toward Etsy as a side hustle, because you can make pretty good profits on vintage items and vintage home decor. Uncommon side hustle number 5, become a personal assistant or a dog walker. I was actually looking for a personal assistant the other day just to kind of have on call, and you know, there is a need for this. People need things all the time. They need people to walk their dogs, they need people to run errands for them. This is something that you could do maybe on an app like TaskRabbit, or even look into listing yourself on care.com, especially if you have skills like if you are a CNA or if you are a caretaker. That's an easy way to make money, and you can, you know, set your availability. You don't have to be available all the time. You could set your availability, and that way somebody could find you based on what they need, and they would see your schedule up front. That way everything is, you know, on the same page. So definitely look into these side hustles. They are all great ways to make extra money. You know, we live in a world where there's so much opportunity online to make money. Basically everything that I talked about today, you can go online and put yourself out there to make some extra cash. So I hope this helped someone. If it did, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.